Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Patrick Mahomes is good, man. What we not gonna do is act like Pat ain't Pat. You know what I'm saying? It's about the details, man, when you stopping the quarterback as dynamic and who can throw the ball the way Patrick Mahomes could throw the ball. I looked at, the first 15 scripted plays versus the Bengals. Now I'm looking at the first 15 versus the Jaguars, and they're kind of the same, man. The Chiefs really, really, really like to stress the edges. They like to get you thinking. They like to, do everything they can do in the beginning of the game to have you off balance. They don't want you keying in on what they're doing, which is why I really feel like kicking the ball to them first could play into our advantage, because I wouldn't be surprised if we get a quick 3-and-out or something, or, I think we're going to come out that thing fired up. They move Patrick Mahomes a lot, man. Patrick Mahomes is just not a three-step drop back guy, man. Patrick Mahomes moves around. Lot of lateral movement. Look at this. A lot of lateral movement, knowing where players are. Patrick Mahomes is very, very cerebral after the snap. He makes really quick decisions, but there's some room to get him. You know what I mean? Everybody can be got. We know about Patrick Mahomes and pressure. We know about, look, plays like this is what really get my gears grinding, because I feel like the Eagles aren't going to just stand there and watch you. Now, look how they just stood and watched Patrick Mahomes. Nobody really attacked the throwing arm. If the Eagles get you like that, historical sack record, somebody going to at least put a hand on you. You know what I mean? They let Patrick Mahomes make a off-cue, off-angle throw and still, I think got a first down on that. We got to be better than the Jaguars when you got your hands close to Patrick Mahomes. When you're in his space, you got to make something happen, man. You got to make something happen. And I don't know a quarterback who can say that it don't matter about the pressure. Pressure bust pipes, man. Patrick Mahomes need a clean pocket to operate. This is one of the best this is the best offensive line in pass protection win rate. You know what I mean? But we have a healthy supply of rotating defensive linemen, and I think that, we can make some things happen. Patrick Mahomes is fast, man. Just the way that he throws the defense on this play alone should let you know what you could be potentially in for. You know what I mean? Look at this. The defense frozen. You know what I mean? Frozen. Like, the angle on that throw is crazy, man. You got to be disciplined, man. You got to be disciplined. You got to remain focused. You got to remain where you're supposed to be. You got to make Patrick Mahomes go through his reads, man. He can make every throw. He's fast. And look, like I said, they move him around. They're not going to just let us sit back there and tee off on Patrick Mahomes and try to just, get what we can get. The Jags were kind of soft in this game. But Patrick Mahomes in this game, a lot of the time, stuck around in the pocket and lived inside that pocket. But a lot of times they moved him out to the edge. This is an Andy Reid offense, man. This is an Andy Reid offense. Discipline is key. I think the Jags played a really, really good game overall, but they started off scared. They started off with too much respect on this first drive. That's not what we need to do. They're not much of a threat in the run game, if you ask me. The run just sets up what they're really trying to do. And, they're good at it, man. The Chiefs are a really good football team. I know Tyreek Hill ain't there. I know this is one of the best Eagles teams we ever seen, but we still got to go out there and get the job done. You know what I mean? That Patriots team that was almost undefeated towards winning the Super Bowl, they were better than the Giants, but they didn't get the job done. That's all that mattered. And plays like this, you know what I mean? Chase them, pressure them. You see, pressure. You know what I mean? And Patrick Mahomes has 3 playoff losses. In all 3 playoff losses, you got to be mindful that the other team controlled time of possession. Like, you don't want Patrick Mahomes having slow, methodical drives, then you got to catch up. We want to be the ones with the slow, methodical drive. So I'm kind of actually torn between receiving the kick and deferring. I'm torn between it, because I feel like we need to keep them on the sideline, but at the same time, I feel like we need to get as much data as possible on how these guys are going to try to run their offense. So it's really no wrong answer for me, but I'll probably get on the ball first to get it at half. All the misdirection and trying to get guys off of their square is what Kansas City does, man. They got a good offensive line. We got an experienced defensive line. I just honestly can't wait to see the matchup. I can't. I want to win, but I know it's going to be a good game. You got to get to the throwing arm of Patrick Mahomes, man. This is another example of it on this play right here, man. Another example of it. If everybody had the same motor as the Philadelphia Eagles had in terms of relentlessness, this is a sack if it's the Philadelphia Eagles. We're not letting him hold the ball out there like a loaf of bread and completing the pass on an angle, a dot. You know what I mean, to Kelsey. We just not letting him just complete off-scripted dots. But it is Patrick Mahomes, and we got to do our due diligence, y'all. We got to do our due diligence, man. And It's almost that time. It's really not no time to be, nervous, or it's that time, y'all. The Super Bowl, Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs, Arizona, Super Bowl 57 is going down, and this is what we're up against. An experienced offense, the best tight end in league history, one of the best coaches of all time, but I think we got some things that we can look forward to say we're going to win it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, before we get into the meat and potatoes, I got to shout out everybody, man, that's been rocking with the Hurt Season movement, and everybody that's been rocking with Print Champs with me since day one. All them gold hats shipped out on Wednesday. You should be getting them. All the orders that came after the gold hats, you know what I mean? Them are shipping out today as well. Y'all dudes have been great. You know what I mean? I just want y'all to do one thing for me. I'm going to put a link to this video. I need you to go on to Print Champs and leave a review about your experience, the quality that we've been providing to you guys in terms of merchandise. It goes a long way. We want to spread the message and spread the word that we the leading entity in terms of, influencer merchandise over at the Print Champs. So, you know what I mean? Team Print Champs in the building. Thank y'all, man. You know what I mean? Y'all look good in them goldies, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Let's talk about it real quick, man. We talk about this matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? But I think it's some small nuances and some small, storylines that I think are not being talked about as much, man. We got a really, really big advantage, especially with this defensive line. How we're able to get pressure on quarterbacks. Interesting stat, man. My guy Dave Dush, shout out to Dave. Since 2002, when Patrick Mahomes is pressured 10 or more times in a game, he's 9-7. Just the pressure. He's 9-7. Pressure busts pipes, I'm telling you. He's 9-7 when pressure 10 or more times in a game. That's a 62% completion percentage, and the touchdown interception ratio is cut in half when you pressure Patrick Mahomes. So it's no secret that our defensive line got to show up in this game. And it really got to show up in a big way because we can cover. We can cover. On the backside of this, if we make Patrick Mahomes make some off-scripted throws, I feel really, really good about this because somebody's going to be in the right place at the right time to snatch something away, especially with Gardner Johnson and Devontae Maddox back in the lineup. And Andy Reid, you know what I mean? I got a lot of respect for Andy Reid, Eagles coach. This ain't no Andy Reid Bowl. You know what I mean? Let's clear that up right now. Andy Reid been to what? Maybe 9 conference championship games in his career. I think 4 or 5 with the Eagles and 5 or 4 in a row with the Chiefs, whatever it may be exactly. You know what I mean? It don't matter, but he been to a lot. 9 conference games, you know what I mean? Since Andy Reid been a head coach. Now, he only got 1 ring. It's not out the realm of possibilities that Andy Reid could choke. He has done this before. You know what I mean? That's what we really know Andy Reid for almost getting it done in Philadelphia. 9 appearances and 1 ring. Let's keep it a buck, man. Let's keep it a buck for real, for real. Andy Reid is a phenomenal coach, but Andy Reid choking and stinking this thing up is not out of the realm of possibilities. It's just not. You know what I mean? It's something that I think is in our advantage. Andy Reid ain't really like that in big games for real, for real. But, the media will bloviate about him because his win percentage and things of that nature. But we ain't even mad at that, man. Emmitt Smith came out yesterday and said what he said. A lot of people mad. A lot of people mad at the wrong person. And me, all I did was, you know what I mean? All I did was post what Emmitt Smith said. Emmitt Smith said on the lines, it was something like this.
I love him. He's a proven champion. They have a great chance of winning this week. And he is the reason why they will win.
What are Cowboys fans going to say if the Eagles do win the Super Bowl?
Can't say nothing. Can't say nothing. Keep your mouth closed.
You know what I mean? And Emmitt is entitled to feel how you want to feel. First of all, the Dallas Cowboys, you know what I mean? Emmitt ain't saying nothing that ain't true, man. He ain't saying nothing that ain't true. That's real OG ways. Them are the ways that I was brought up in football before the Eagles even had a ring. So you got to be quiet if you ain't in the dance. You can't hate if you ain't in the dance. This is before social media. This is before, it's cool saying, well, damn, I hope my rivals lose in the Super Bowl. That's cool. But these guys are dragging it out, man. These Cowboys guys, and you know what I mean? They doing a good job of dragging it out. It's cool. Your leader has spoken. If not the most popular guy, or if not the best guy to ever put on a Cowboys uniform, it's even between him or Staubach. He has spoken.
He told you to be quiet. My work is done. Hopefully you listen to your leader. I ain't really expect you to listen to me, but my job is done. Emmitt says, shut up, shut up. Shut up. You were wrong about Jalen Hurts. You were wrong about your season. Now do one of these and be quiet. Do one of these and be quiet and enjoy the game on Sunday and keep hating and hoping that we lose, because we not. You know what I mean? Do one of those. Be quiet. You know what I mean? And, you know, between these guys and the 49ers, you know, I have to do a poll on this. I want to do a poll. What is the most irritating fan base? What's the most irritating fan base? Stand by for the poll results, man.